Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Snuffy. I am excited to be with you today. I am playing in the first game of the League of Dracula 2025 tournament. We did our dear leader sensei, kind of OG big guy Scott Sword, did the official draw of this tournament, did all the random matchups, and I was paired up with CombatWombat for this first round. And it just so happens that he and I are both available right now tonight at like 20 minutes past 10 my time. So what am I gonna do? No vamps in this starter hand. I think the play is to try to combine that bodyguard and spy and try to be really annoying. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do the hide though. I think I just want to take up more space. So let's do. I've been starting a lot in the east, but I think I want to do that again. Let's do Varna first. I think that makes sense for this setup. All right. Medium luck to us all. That's pretty good. Okay, so because this is kind of thrown together quickly, I didn't really have time to prep. Um, so the backstory is that I've been playing Fury since like just after Christmas 2023, and I've played in every tournament we've had since then. So the New Blood tournament, the Immortal Invitational, Teams tournament, Duos and Dark Halls, and last year's league. CombatWombat got into this scene 2 tournaments ago. No, 1 tournament ago. 1 tournament ago, and he made some waves with some really strong Drac play, especially for a new person, but for anyone. Um, he's my first opponent. He has opted to play Hunters first. So I think this game, I'm kind of known, I think, of being a little bit better at Hunters than Drac. So we're both on our less strong role to start. And at some point, we'll schedule another game and do our stronger roles against each other. In this tournament, the structure is going to be 7 semi-random pairings for 7 weeks. You play your opponent both sides 2 games. So for a total of 7 times 2 is 14 games the first 7 weeks. And the 8th week will be a hired scout. Let's see if he finds me. It's fairly straightforward. Okay. Um, so the 8th week will be paired up based on standings in the tournament till then. The top 16 to 22 will go on to a knockout phase that'll actually decide who the champion is. It'll be single elimination, knockout style tournament. So this is all just to figure out who makes it. Uh, I just drew a vamp, but I know Mina has a stake, so I probably won't want to play that vamp yet. Just hold on to it and be annoying, I guess. Mina has Lucy, which is kind of nice. I mean, it's nice only insofar as it means there's going to be a trade there, which will take a little time. Uh, hmm. Will I misdirect? I think I will. Spy would probably be better in Salonica because it's a little bit further away. Play it now. Saboteur. I might just go straight west with this. Or maybe I do the Vamp under a Sab here in Salonica. Or I could go to Athens from there. Harker, okay. Well, okay. Do I go Salonica and put the Vamp down under a Sab? Or do I go to Valona and do that? If I do Valona, hide, then on newspaper, the day that newspaper reports is probably going to reveal my trail, I'd be at Sarajevo and I could get jumped on. If I go to Salonica Hide, then I'm in Valona, I probably would not get jumped on. Although it would leave me in a rough situation of figuring out where to move that turn. I'm going to have to wolf form. Or I could start moving elsewhere now. Bucharest might not be bad if the same person that goes for Varna goes for Bucharest. I don't know if that's going to be the case though. But then if I go back from there, it might be a little safer to get to the coast. Or I could just go Belgrade. I could be found quicker that way. Eh, I could also just hold on. Maybe I just hold on to the vamp for now. Let's do Bucharest and do a soil. And then I could put the vamp in Galatz. And if I draw bats, I could put the bats in Klausenberg. Dolman discarding a gun. Yeah, I think I'll do that. It's also an argument to just try to do a bunch of damage. That might have actually been better. Put a bunch of damage dealing stuff on Sarajevo. But for now, we're not doing that. More soil. Okay. I think that vamp is going to get staked, so maybe I don't rumor it yet. I'm going to have one more turn to think about it. The nice thing about Mina having the stake is that that's not a combat item that could hurt me quickly. And if I get an advantageous fight, I could do a lot of damage or even get a quick kill. LG is stacked up on events. I have to be careful. CombatWombat's doing the Pizza Wizard start, which is a little bit better versus the East because it saves Pizza because Stewart's a little closer to the action than he would be starting in Madrid. The fact that I have a bodyguard to start might make more sense for me to put down damaging stuff. Because if I can pick an advantageous fight, I can be guaranteed to do 2 damage at the start, which can be the killing blow, or mean I only have to hit the hunter once with Drac. So it can be a good way to do a quick assassination. Okay, Mina has a horse now, and she traded a stake to Godalming. Good to know. I don't feel super confident about this, doing this sab. I kind of think I should do damage, but let's do it. Okay, another vamp. That's nice. Okay, no newspaper? Nice, nice. He's gonna find me next turn though. All these guns. So Godalming has... Oh, there's newspapers. Okay, now he knows Bucharest. So now he can move Mina and guess that it's Varna. But it could also be Galat's hide start. That's unfortunate, because he almost certainly wouldn't have been able to get the Varna bodyguard without that timely draw. Now I think he'll probably guess it, but But he might not guess it. He might get a bad horse roll. He might not be able to deal with it, even if he does assume that's what it is. He might also think there's a possibility of me being in Sarajevo and not want to jump on it with Mina. So, we'll see. We'll see. Weird position. The fact that Stewart can move now is kind of annoying. Although I don't know if he's prepared to move or not. So Godalming has a stake, presumably a weapon, and something else. Horse, Heavenly Host. Mina has a horse. Okay. Oof, they're moving quickly. I don't love this, because this path is going to set him to Vienna, and I'm in this corner. I'm going to need to be ready to get out quickly. What will Mina do? Okay, so that means it's more likely that I get that mature, but I think it's a more dangerous position for me longer term. He might just jump on me next turn. Hmm. Yeah, this is a scary position early. Which Seward draws here could matter. Yeah, these hunters all look pretty stacked. Obviously, I have no idea what they have, so they might not be. But Housing and Mina took something off Mina. She already had the long night. So Godalming is going to have Lucy. So I need to not get... Okay. He's going to have a pretty good idea of where I am, which is not great for me. And all I really put down now is the wolf or nothing great. Maybe I put down soil. But then next to it is another soil, so if one gets taken out, the Klausenberg one will too. Um, do I rumor it? I'm gonna save it. Alright, scary moment. Will he pass me and clear a trail, or will he try to go right for me? This pause makes me think maybe he's considering an early renewed vigor, which is very dangerous. think I want to get myself... I want to either jump over them to the west or go to like Valona here. If I have to, I can go to the west, to the east coast of the Black Sea, but I obviously don't want to do that if I can avoid it. If there's only one horse here, I could be in a decent spot. Or if there's multiple horses waiting for a horse trade, and that's why we see this Seward movement. Two stakes gone. Seward not moving. That's good for me. Gives me a little breathing room. Does Mina move now or stay where she's at? She probably doesn't want to move on her own. Uh, Oh, is that a day ticket? So either she misclicked and wanted to use the train to move, or CombatWombat is really desperate for white ones. That would also give me a little bit of a respite, particularly if he doesn't draw one now. Unless he's trying to use the train next turn to get to Sophia or Constanta. That wouldn't explain the day ticket. If he doesn't hop on Sophia, I might lair it. Hmm. Okay, so I'll take that. I think aristocratic is fairly safe here, and it might get wiped anyway. So, yeah. Okay, he's walking. Guess he knows I haven't passed him. I gotta pay attention to this discard pile now. So no crucifixes, that's good. No rifles. Blocking my path. What to make of that? I think I go to the lair. I might not put down any vamps there, though. Hopefully that'll be scary enough with 3 things on it that he doesn't go there. And I put a bat there and a damaging thing, and it already has a spy. Although, maturing the spy could be good, especially on Godalming, because he's on a small city and would need to go back. And then he wouldn't know necessarily that I'm on Sophia. He'd find out soon enough. Uh, let's layer it. Put the bats there. Hoax. Spy, bats, and mob, I guess. So, um, Bucharest, move. I can try to get a vamp next to it, maybe double vamp if I can hide next to it. Okay. Godalming's walking is so confusing. I assume he doesn't have a horse, or at least doesn't have a, or maybe he just doesn't have a white one, which makes me wonder if I should go to Salonika or Valona, or go back to Varna. I think I want to prepare for an exit here, but obviously, assuming Bucharest doesn't get cleared, going back there would be kind of tempting. We will just have to see what Mina does. Okay. Horse trade maybe? What will she do? If she doesn't go to Galatz, there's a decent chance that matures now. I think that is going to mature. So let's ambush. Yeah. Pistol. Okay. Now the big question, do I go back to Bucharest or not? I guess I do. Just put damaging stuff there. Do I assume Godalming still has one stake? Mina could have a stake. Mystic Research. Um, alright, we'll put a vamp down here, particularly because it's next to... That's good. So I can wolf to that, unless I get behind the veiled. I can wolf into a fog if I need to. Just in case I need to do something else next turn. Obviously there's nothing there, but it'll make them feel more inclined to land on it. I'm not usually like a fake rumor token guy, but I think in this case it makes sense. And if I want to, I can play the next fake rumor token after it. Maybe. Great. Please mature that. Or please search it. Please use a stake on it. Chartered carriage, okay. I was worried about that. But it's not in a position which is really going to hurt me. Okay. Now, unless Mina has a forewarned and a stake, I'll get a maturing Galatz. Part of me wants to be cheeky and be like, oh, you found me, evil presence, haha, but It's too late in the night. I'm not gonna. I think I'll eschew that for now. What will Mina do? She's right to stay where she is, honestly. Next question. Do I wolf, assuming I don't get CG'd, which is possible. Does she have forewarned? Okay. So that will mature. So I guess the next question becomes, do I risk wolfing and putting down a vampire, which would be nice because it'd be next to a bats. Um, and then I could hide under fog, or I could leave, or whatever. Or do I just play it a little safer and do the fog first? Because he did have some like early pauses that suggested maybe he's got renewed vigor. So it'd probably be a bit safer to play the fog without doing the vamp first. I don't know. And I gotta decide Valona, Salonika, or Varna, or Sarajevo. I guess Salonika's better because I could stop in Cagliari, home of the Carbonara Special. Um, if I'm using a wolf form now, I'd be certainly more inclined to land at Cag than I would be otherwise. Okay, I'm getting CG'd. Okay, well that changes things. Okay. Seward has a host. Helsing has one. And Mina, she might not have one. She does. Okay. Well, this stinks. I might just die really quick then. So now I what do I do? I guess I play the fog and I hope to escape as a bat. think I'm going to waste a little time to make it look like I don't have fog. So Mina has a pistol, a horse, and a heavenly host. Helsing up here has a heavenly host. Seward has a heavenly host. I think Godalming has a stake and something else, probably a knife, and maybe a horse, but I haven't seen it. Maybe two weapons. He now knows Sophia's at bats. I guess I don't need to rumor token now. Man, what a pity that he had that early CG and I went this path. RV, okay. Oh boy. The other slight silver lining for me is if I really need to, I can go to the castle, but I'm really not going to want to. Arguably, I should have triggered it there, but I'm going to see if he sends Mina in. Oh, I should pay attention to the discard right this very moment. I know no rifles. I assume they both have knives. Bullet, bullet. I think there's only 3 holy bullets. She honestly might have it because she paused on the saboteur, but I'm doing it anyway. Yep, she had it. I'm dumb. That was dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Very dumb. Because she obviously paused on the saboteur and thought about using it. Um, do I even use this? Hmm. I don't think I use this. Oh, right. Duh, I knew he had Lucy. Lucky. Silly me. Now I'm not going to get out of this, so I'm almost certainly going to die. My only hope is to fang one of the heavenly hosts. And with this lucky find, he gets rid of a stake. Yeah, I'm up shit's creek without a paddle here. Now my question is, do I strength first, or do I fang, hoping for the heavenly host, to hit the heavenly host? I don't know. If I fang later, I can heal. Um, let's strength Godalming. Oh, he had. I'm dumb. He had the thing. He had the planned ambush. Ugh, why am I playing? This is so dumb. Well, it prevented some damage. Oh, they're double planned ambushes? I guess there were. Pistol. Um, now, now what? If I'm him, I'd dodge with Mina, but maybe he just wants to go for the kill. Like, if I fang Mina here, I'm in a decent spot. But if I guess wrong... Also, I don't really have any other great options, right? I have plotting, I have claws. Those aren't really helpful to me. They're probably both going to play knife anyway, so I'm going to go down to 6. I'm screwed. There's no way I can win this. I'm just going to hit Mina and hope she goes for the Heavenly Host. Punch, okay. Yeah, there's not... I'm dead here. There's not a way. Assuming he has reasonable weapons, which I'm sure he does, given that there was the Helsing trade and the good luck there, or the lucky find. And with Lucy, I can't get out of this. Yeah, exactly what I would have expected. There's absolutely no reason for him to play the Heavenly Host. He can just win without it. And I cannot escape because of Lucy. He had just the right combination of cards. And actually, in hindsight, what I should have done was let him cancel the escape as missed and then play escape as bad against Mina. that would have worked, I think. At least in terms of keeping me alive. But it is too late for that now. So I'm just gonna take a really quick loss, and it's gonna suck. Um, so it doesn't matter. And he's gonna probably play the pistol. Eh. Huh. So, what did I do wrong there? Uh, I guess certainly going to Bucharest was a problem, but I mean, was it a reasonable calculated risk? Hard to say in hindsight, because it's like, on the one hand, that was a like in a way, it was a reasonable calculated risk, right? Because I got this nice setup with the bats to the Bucharest vamp, right? There wasn't that many people around me, but he did have some pauses that made me think, okay, maybe he's got RV. Like a lot of my spidey senses were right, and I was just like, screw it, let's go anyway. Like I had a spidey sense about me having for one because of the pause on the saboteur. I had a spidey sense about uh, a potential RV given the way Seward was moving, and I just didn't listen to either of them. So maybe the lesson here is listen to your spidey sense a little bit more. But I don't know. It's hard to play against early RV CG combo like that. But yeah, it's so hard to say in a vacuum, right? Obviously, knowing what I know now, doing you know fogging, triggering the fog earlier, maybe not going to Bucharest at all would have been better. But is that just hindsight bias? Hmm. Well, I don't know. I don't have much to say about it now, but it's obviously not a great way to start League. Um, Hopefully, I will do better on the Hunter side. Um, yeah, no idea when that'll be. Um, yeah, we'll see if I can pick it back up in the reverse matchup. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will catch you next time.